Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Max Stern Athletic Center on the campus of Yeshiva University for the 2022 MYHSAL Basketball Championships. You are watching live coverage of the Junior Varsity Championship pregame show on this co-production between Max Live and the Yeshiva Sports Network. I'm Elliot Weisselberg. It's been 3 years since we've been able to bring you championship basketball on any level. 2 years ago, we were mere days away from finding out our finals matchup when the unfortunate word came down that the games would be postponed and, as we know, eventually canceled. On the global scale, a pandemic that brought the world to a near standstill. On the local level, a finals lost, an entire season lost, a school year that ushered in words like social distancing, Zoom classes and quarantine, and a question as to when, if ever, we would see basketball played again on the Yeshiva League level. Slowly, though, as time went on, a small amount of normalcy crept back into our lives as the Yeshiva League took baby steps to getting our kids back on the court. And after a year of innocence lost and fun giving away to the abundance of caution, through the hard work and preparation of so many people, the 2021-2022 season tipped off, all leading up to today. A lot has changed in these 2 years, but one thing still remains the same. To these kids, this game means everything. And we are very lucky and very blessed to be able to be back here after 3 years to bring you these games. The two games that we have for you today feature very familiar matchups for all teams involved, and for the first time since 2014, will include 4 teams from the east side of the Hudson. On the varsity level later this evening, it will be an all-West affair between SAR and Ramaz. But first, our Junior Varsity Championship, which will feature the East teams, the number 2 seed Magen Warriors and the number 3 seed North Shore Stars. Right now, we're going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we will set the stage for the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Championships, only on Max Live and the Yeshiva Sports Network.
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch, like really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together. My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines.
The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
As you start your college journey, make sure that everyone's attention to check out your local conferences. We have the lights and down back of these.
First of all, everyone lost a couple of keys. Please come and see at some point. More importantly, it's amazing that we're back. It's been 3 long years. It's great that we're here. But please, as excited as you might be, do not jump up and down and reckless abandon on these bleachers. We've busted these bleachers before. It's a pretty great team that plays here regularly, and they somehow get through games, cheering really loud, really excited about breaking the bleachers. So please, if anything is broken, the school's going to be charged. So please do not jump up and down like lunatics on the bleachers. The second thing is, because of COVID, we have to clear out this entire crowd after the first game. There's another crowd that's going to be waiting outside, which will all you guys to get out. We're going to be clearing the crowd out Lowe's door, out on this side. I ask, I beg, for the sake of the varsity team and their fans who are going to be called outside, please, when the game's over, win or lose, please leave the gym through those doors as quickly as possible so we can get the varsity game started and get those fans in. Thank you. Now the order of the keys. See the announcements work. Right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Metropolitan Yeshiva High School Athletic League Boys Junior Varsity Basketball Championships featuring the North Shore Stars and the Magen Warriors. First, we're going to introduce the reserves for the North Shore Stars. Number 2, freshman Phil Cole.
having been delayed by the Jersey Junior High Championships tonight. But as we split a few minutes ago, all what teams for this varsity game even today with It's never been more opposite. I can't tell you how you can differently describe between a 16-point Magen win and a 17-point the 2021-22 season was really a tale of different seasons. Starting off the season undefeated 7-0, leading a stretch that had that 16-point win over the Stars. And on the other side of the break, a 1-2 record, including the aforementioned 2-point loss to North Shore, a 30-point drubbing from Flatbush, and a fall to a tie that necessitated a coin flip to decide the East Division champion. As with everything else that had happened after the break for them, they lost that as well. Yet here they stand today vying for a league championship. North Shore, on the other hand, can point to distinct differences in their season as well as we tip off. Gets him in the corner. And we'll have North Shore with the first basket of the game. Abizadeh with 2 points to start us off. Sure. Ball intercepted. Altman taking it. Altman setting up his offense. Over to Blitz. Back to Altman. Carmilli. Back around the top to Altman. Sending it around the top. Magen David in a 2-3. Abizadeh driving. Banks it off the glass. First 4 points of the game to Ben Abizadeh. And North Shore has a 4-0 lead just a minute into this game. Sheriff. Swinging it around the top. Sarda to Sheriff. Sheriff pulls up for 3. And it's good. Magen David pulling within 1. 4-3. Phil Scher, dagger 3 from the top of the arc. Altman. Kids it to Abizadeh. Abizadeh over to Blitz. Ready to get to the basket. Blitz. Altman. Gets it down low. Pass back up top. Blitz. Over to Carmilli. Tries to drive. Stop. Gets back out. Blitz behind the line. Altman, North Shore being very patient. Altman pulling up for 3. Rolls up the rim and out. Franco pulls it down. Outlet pass. Over to Sardo. Sardo drives the lane. And we have ourselves a foul. Foul will go against Shai Altman this first. 5:56 to go. Sardar to the line. 2 shots. Sardar, one of the stars of the team. We'll get to the differences in the 2 seasons in a moment where he played a key role in keeping this team afloat as he hits the first and tie the game up at 4, 5:56. Puts up the second shot. Puts it home, and Magen David has their first lead of the game, 5-4. A little over 2 minutes in. Again, thankful to be here at Yeshiva University for this junior varsity championship game. Abizadeh tries to drive, kicks it back out to Carmilli, who puts home the 3. Don't get distracted by the different 3-point lines on the floor. We're playing Yeshiva League rules, so it's going to be the one closest to the basket that you have to look at. There was a 3, and North Shore takes a 7-5, and we have ourselves a travel. Sardo taking too many steps, but a little bit too anxious on his way in. North Shore will get the ball, 5:25 left to go in this first quarter of play. A little bit of jitters after putting home the 2 foul shots. Let's see if they can make up for it on defense. Blitz for 3 from from NCAA range puts it home. The second straight three for North Shore. 5-point lead for the Stars. Franco under by blitz. 2 men down on the ball. Franco tries to put it up. And we'll have ourselves a jump ball. Abizada's big body making sure that Franco couldn't get through. Magen David will retain possession underneath their own basket. Sardar to inbound. Gets it to Haber. Haber to Franco. Franco puts up the three. Banks off the back iron. And we have ourselves a rebound. Carnelli got it to Abizada. Abizada giving it back to his point guard, Altman. 5-point lead early on, almost halfway through this first quarter of play. Carnelli to Blitz. Blitz putting up the long-range three. Wow! 3 straight three-pointers by North Shore. Blitz's second in a row, 6 points in a row. 13-5 North Shore lead over Magen David. Franco to Haber. Haber share. Thought about putting up the three, gets it to Sardar. Franco over to Haber. Haber. Oh, bounce passing it in, but Blitz got the second one. One too many passes. As we have just about 4 minutes to go. Altman bringing above the line, 13-5 North Shore lead. North Shore taking it to Magen David in the opening minutes of this game. Abizada just above the elbow. Rolls out. Zarka pulls it down, puts it up off the west. He's going to get the foul and will go to the line. We were talking about the differences for both, the similarities for both teams in having 2 separate seasons. North Shore had a 3-game stretch going 0-3 against some of the best teams in the league. Next 3 games they played only a few weeks later, beat all 3 of those teams again. And Zarka's first free throw rims out. 3:49 to go. When talking with Coach Carlson today, said the difference really was, as you see a violation, difference really was being healthy. For those 3 games, they didn't have their full lineup. But for the second set of 3 games, healthy team, or at least the mostly healthy team, they were able to turn around the early season losses to DRS, to Flatbush, and even to Magen David, and help get them to this point. Plus Magen David in just a second, as the second one is good. 14-5, a 9-point North Shore lead. Share. Over to Franco. Franco to Haber. Sorry, not Haber, right. And Sardar, as the ball goes behind him, will have ourselves a backcourt. Sardar. Magen David claiming that there was a tip. The referee is not buying it, and it will be North Shore ball. Sardar getting a little overzealous to start off this game. Again, I think that's a product of these kids having, even the 10th graders having not seen a championship game since they were in 7th grade. It's been that long since we've been able to say championship basketball. As Altman almost got the block back. Here comes Sardar. Sardar driving the lane, puts it off the rim, and out. Altman with the rebound. Scher's going to come in, a jump ball. Jump ball will be North Shore ball. 3:09 left to go. First quarter of play. 14-5 North Shore. Altman setting up. Magen David again in the 2-3. And a steal by Franco. Franco driving the rest of the court and lays it in. 14-7. Magen David pulls within 7. Great anticipation by Franco. Blitz. Gets it back over to Carnelli. Carnelli, blitz. Zabazada moves to the other side of the top of the key. Blitz. Altman. Zarka puts it on the floor. Sardar with the steal. And around gets a foul. Magen David ball. They'll take it out. Foul will be the first for Jordan Zarka. And we'll have ourselves the first timeout of the game. I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsor, Camp Step It Up. Big news, we are excited to announce that Camp Step Up is moving to Hobart College in Geneva, New York for summer 2022. Camp will start on June 22nd and end on August 3rd. Hobart is located just 4.5 hours north of New York City, and busing will be offered to camp from New York City and Teaneck every week. Camp is open to all boys and girls, grades 3 through 12, with 1 to 6 week options available. Gorgeous campus facilities include air-conditioned rooms, indoor basketball courts, a weight room, lakefront and beachfront on and near campus, lounges, and more. For more information, email office@campstepitup.com or visit timetostepitup.com. 2:29 to go, Magen David. Sheriff, over to Sardar. Sardar stopped. Turns it around to Sheriff. Sardar drives, tries to kick it over to Franco. Tip out of bounds and stay Magen David ball. 2:17 to go. The Warriors dig themselves an early hole, allowing North Shore the space to hit from 3. Shabbat to Sheriff. Sheriff pulls up for the 3. Off the front iron and out. Abizado with the rebound. Altman looking to set up his offense. Blitz near us. Over to Abizado. Abizado takes too many steps. And Magen David, we've got a chance to bring it closer. 1:49 to go. First quarter of play, the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Basketball Championships. 14-7 North Shore lead as Sardar from long range. Off the iron and out. Abizadeh controlling the low post on the defensive end. Altman to Camille over to Blitz. Blitz is showing he has range. You got to get out on him. Altman down low to Zarka. Zarka off the glass and in. 16-7, North Shore 9-point lead once again. Sardar, sure. Franco drives. Abizadeh with the stuff. Haber tries to save it. Altman steps in front, pulls the ball, and will take it up the floor himself. Abizadeh showing just the difference maker that he can be. He wasn't healthy for their game against Magen David either. Played that game with the flu. Wasn't able to, the first Magen David game, wasn't truly able to be as effective as the team would have wanted him to be. Altman over to Blitz. Blitz pulls around. 35 seconds. Abizadeh. Blitz to Altman. Could be waiting for one. Pulling it back out, waiting for one. This is exactly what they're going to do. Calling out for one. Well set up. Magen David looking to close out the middle. 15 seconds left, first quarter of play. North Shore up 16-7. There he goes, Altman looking to drive. Sends it over Carmilli. Carmilli drives, puts it up, and it goes in with 3 seconds up, 2 seconds. One, sure, it's gonna put up, and it's not going to go. 18-7 North Shore lead. We'll be back shortly with the second quarter of play. The 2022 MYHSAL JV Basketball Championships.
Step It Up is not your typical basketball camp. We produce unbelievable results. You will get better here. You will get better as a person. You will get better as a player. That's the Step It Up way.
Yeshiva University for the start of the second quarter between the North Shore Stars and the Magen David Warriors. JV Basketball Championship for 2021-2022. Receives right, pulls back up. Over to Altman to reset. Just about a minute gone by. Both teams have had one possession. Carmelia spins, puts it up, rolls off the backboard. Haber with the rebound. Scher getting over to Sardar. Back over to Scher. Magen David moving left to right. North Shore moving right to left. Tried to get it to Sardar. Pulled away. Abazada tried to give it to Sardar up here. Ellie Boker seeing his first minutes. Boker not getting the roll to go. We'll get a foul down low. Taking it hard to the middle. And Haber will go to the line for 2 shots. .6:35 to go. So we said we'd get to the difference between the two as the foul is on Carmelia. Difference between the 2 seasons for Magen David. And it really is the guy you see standing at the line. For the first 7 games, had him in dominant, defeating every team, really blowing out almost every team, including, as we said, the 16-point blowout over North Shore. 2 days before winter break, goes down with torn ligaments. Out the next 3 games, 1 and 2 for the team, falling into that aforementioned tie break. Comes back for the playoffs, back to being dominant. In order for Magen David really to make their way, as they have an offensive foul, in order for Magen David to really get their way back into this, you're going to have to start making use of him down low, really trying to get the ball to him, although North Shore's done a great job of denying all entry passes straight to the middle, making Magen David shoot from the outside. 6:18 to go, 18-7 North Shore lead. And Blitz getting his leg in the way, checking to make sure the fan is okay. That's bad. Hopefully everybody's okay. And we will just remind you again, following this game will be the varsity championship between SAR and Ramaz, an all-West affair. And 6:10 to go, 18-7. We are joined by our color commentator for the evening, Dobie Foreman. Welcome to the booth.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, please, it's very much okay. Championships are a good reason to be late. So we're just glad, as I've been saying all night, we're just glad to have them back. So just to catch you up on the first quarter play, North Shore jumping out to an 18-7 lead. Backs of several three-pointers. Really been a lot of outside play. A couple of drives to the lane, but for the most part, they've been leaving the middle untouched.
North Shore's strength is size. They're excellent size, and they really attack the basket well and really rebound the ball well.
They've been playing it around the top a lot, they've been using Abizada at the top, sort of create a mismatch as Haber sinks the second.
Okay, Maggie goes into this 3-2 press where they're down, pretty aggressive trap, high risk, high reward.
Altman to Zarka. Zarka going to move it up, and it's to be intercepted. Great interception by Franco. Sorry, by Sardar. Sardar moving laterally, sends it to Scher. And to Franco. Franco pulls up, rolls off the rim. Scher. Sardar. Magen David will reset. Scher looking to see what to get into.
North Shore's in their 3-2. They extend it into a 1-2-2 with number 10 on the top. Let's see what Magen has.
Sardar. Over to Scher in the corner. Shore. Back to Sardar. Back to Scher in the corner. Puts up the 3. Blanks off the iron and out, and Altman with the rebound. 5:14 left to go, second quarter. 18-9 North Shore lead. It's been very much a lot of this, setting up on the perimeter, one man down low.
Miscommunication on the man-to-man.
But a 3 by Zarka.
Very bad miscommunication there by Magen.
That has to be the fourth or fifth three that North Shore has had wide open all day.
Magen plays a very aggressive three. You could sort of backdoor them a lot. They like to play the passing lanes. But again, right there, that's just bad miscommunication. No one knows who exactly they're supposed to take. Wide open three.
North Shore's been flaring out the big man to the three-point line, trying to get that the entire time. Sardar having to pull back out. Driving the lane, and Sardar puts it up off the glass and in.
Very nice left hand, way to attack the gaps. Again, Magen into their 3-2 aggressive trap.
Zarka, and we have a 2-on-1 over to Levian. Levian misses. Sardar pulling it back down the court.
What the press ultimately does is it makes you make very quick decisions or quick shots, and ultimately shots that you're normally not taking half court offense.
Elfan Shalolak with the three, his first action of the day.
Yep, good timeout, coach pass. Very nice.
Magen David pulling back into the 7. Down big a little early, a little more than I think people have expected. That 21-9 lead, certainly not indicative of what Magen David would have expected to be down this early in the game.
Well, yeah. Again, I'm sorry I'm late. We had the middle school championship games. Pretty intense. Hillel Heat SAR 8th grade game, which went down to the wire, and Hillel ultimately prevailed 53-50. Pretty intense game.
Congratulations to the boys from Deal on a junior high championship. Now we get to decide junior varsity championships, and as I said in the pregame, ironically, no Jersey teams this year.
No, don't rub it in.
That wasn't a shot at you. It's just an observation. We haven't had that since 2014. We've had at least one Jersey team playing here. We're not talking about a West team. One New Jersey team at YU every year since 2014, which is a great streak to have.
Again, back into their 3-2. Very effective. Let's see the bounce counters. 20, you see 20 faces and sort of tries to entice the inbound to them and then sort of traps it right away. That's what you have to do. You got to make sharper throws, though.
I'm going to talk about Sardar, but Sardar called for stepping on the line, bailing North Shore out.
Ultimately, the way to break this press is to throw over it, but you got to make crisper passes, and you really need diagonal cuts off of that. Interesting, Magen goes out of it.
Next time we get into it, I got a question to ask you about who the best player to be the outlet for that would be. Is it a big man who can see over the defense, or would it be the flipper guy getting to an opening on the floor and then getting the ball away?
I like the outlet to the big man, and then the pass.
Steps, and we'll go the other way from Magen. A little bit of errors over the last minute and a half on both teams.
Ultimately, right, when you're in a zone press, ultimately you never want to dribble through, you want to pass through. So your first pass wants to be to the big man, to ultimately see over it, make the pass to the ball handler from that person.
Chiloa drives, gets blocked. And the ball pulled down by Zarka. Levian with a block. Levian with a block. Zarka over to Blitz. Blitz, 3, rolls off. Rebound by Sardar. Blitz.
Magen likes to push, and boy are they good in the open field.
Another foul. That's the 7th foul on North Shore, most of them on the drive.
Yeah. Levian's brother is a North Shore legend. Really tremendous ball player out of North Shore. I forget his first name. Levian's brother.
Jeremy?
No, his brother.
Sardar. Picks it up, rolls off. We'll think of it at some point.
Yeah. Both these teams I had the privilege to see and/or coach against North Shore in our Boca tournament. Magen David, obviously, they took care of business against my team in the semifinals.
What did you take from that game in terms of how they have to play in order to, actually, I guess the answer is what they're doing right now.
Magen ultimately has to create chaos and havoc, which is what they're doing since I've been here.
This is what they were missing in the first quarter. Zarka drives off the glass and in. Clearly it's best to recognize it early on, and make that adjustment like they have. They're able to bring it down to a 6-point game. Now back to an 8-point game. But was once 12, and now 8 on the Stars in this first half.
See, Magen does a really, really nice job against the zone. They really move the ball. They skip the zone, and off ball reversal, they do a really good job either attacking gaps or generating the offense from the post. I.e., Haber attacks the basket from the post or kicks it out for an open field.
That's Haber brings the first quarter. They couldn't get the ball to Haber at all. Haber was being penned off by 4 guys. Every time they tried to get it into him, 4 guys had their hands up looking to block it.
Any zone offenses usually generates shots from the inside out. You never want to go outside.
See Hakimi for the first time today. Kellen Hakimi, sorry. That is, yes, Kellen. 3-pointer. This is
Will Gary
the 3. Blitz hits up the 3. Does not go. We got a foul. Gary Hakimi making his way in, grabbing down the rebound.
North Shore's size is rearing its head right now. Their best player, 24. I guess he's in foul trouble on North Shore.
Abizadeh?
Abizadeh.
I think he definitely has one or two. Blitz. Got the line. Rolls off. Hit that one earlier. Not there. Well up.
When I say live and die, you live and you die, right? So if it goes, you're living. If it misses, you're dying with the ball.
Wallach gets his own rebound. Levy not securing it. Sheriff tries to drive the lane. And we have a stoppage. I believe he's letting that one go.
I think that was actually very clean. Very, very good no call by the ref. I like that. Obviously, you don't like to see someone hurt, but that's the right no call there.
Levy stood his ground. He was there first, and he had himself set.
Absolutely.
So the ball will go North Shore away. 1:53 to go. Fast moving first half. Almost that first quarter, because that's really what it feels like. But 23-16, North Shore lead.
That's where you do not want the ball. The coffin corner, as coaches like to call it. Wow, they got at it.
And now the backcourt. This kid. And that's what happens.
I see Coach Baus saying you need to be right there, i.e. over the 3 guys in the press. You do not, they want to entice the ball into the coffin corner.
Magen looking to bite into the lead. 23-16. Sure. Bounces it to Haber. Haber at the elbow. Back to Sheriff. Trails it around. Haber tries to put it up off the back of the end. Gets it. Nice little finger roll off the back of the head. And a steal. And we're going to say, going to be a foul. Sheriff already got all ball.
Right call. Haber showing his athleticism out of the post. Really, really nice player. See if North Shore makes the adjustment here. Again, they don't look to be throwing over. Okay, here we go. Nice.
And there we have that outlet. Carmeli pulling out. Didn't see Sheriff behind him. Sheriff pulls it away. Sardo. And we got a foul by Blitz.
Here's the problem with presses also. When you ultimately break the press, it's now you're in a situation where you feel you have to score almost, and it almost becomes like you either get this turnover or an offensive foul or a missed layup or a quick shot. Almost like you break the press. Okay, now let's set up the offense.
So it's almost like you're putting yourself into another press.
Yes.
Just like yourself, your own mental press, instead of just saying, okay, we did what we have to do. Let's set up a good play.
Yes. You're making these athletes make quick decisions, and usually they don't, not all the time do they make the correct decisions quickly.
1-on-1 shot, puts it up, puts it in. 4-point game. Magen crawling back. Really on the back of fouls. Disparity 9-3. North Shore having 9 fouls. Again, it's like most of them on the drive. 3-point game, 1 possession.
Again, the corner entry pass, very dangerous. You're not going to break the press there. Nothing good is going to come out of it.
They have not been able to at this point.
Really nice adjustment by Sally Dweck. Really, really tremendous coach putting his press in early.
And not getting away from it.
No.
Sardo almost had it. Carmeli going to drive. Puts it up to Zarco. Zarco banks it in. He didn't really need to make that pass, but he did it anyway, and it worked out. Sardar tries to drive, doesn't get it, pulled down by Abizado.
Now, if you noticed, North Shore's gotten one layup off this press, and we've seen how many turnovers or bad shots. So, an 8-to-1 ratio of positivity for Magen.
And how many of those have turned into points?
Yes. Yeah.
Forget about the opportunities for points. They've converted almost every turnover. And they've brought it back to the 5 as Anthony will hold again for one. 5-point North Shore lead. At one point, a 12-point lead. Magen David whittling it down.
I got to tell you, there's nothing more that drives me as a coach crazy and as a fan of holding for one. Unless you practice this every single practice continuously. Now, can North Shore make a point here? Maybe. Usually it ends up in a turnover or a missed shot. It's very difficult to hold for one. And you're sort of doing what the other team wants. You're not playing your game.
Abizado pushing up for 3. And he hits it!
Of course, I look terrible. But in the same regard, North Shore just hit a 25-foot fadeaway three-pointer.
Their big man just hit a 25-point three-pointer.
And Abizado is a very, very good basketball.
Score at the half, 28-20, North Shore over Magen David. We'll take a short commercial break. Once again, you're listening to the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Basketball Championships. Back at the Magen Athletic Center for halftime of the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Basketball Championship and Magen David. Right now, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Yeshiva League Pass, and we'd also like to introduce a new initiative, Yeshiva League Pass, that will be starting tonight, running through Sarachek and or beyond for charity purposes. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Yeshiva League Pass. Yeshiva League Pass, starting a new initiative tonight, running through Sarachek, asking people to hashtag, tweet, and post your sportsmanship moments as part of a collaboration with the One Vesed Fund. One Vesed Fund, a Vesed group of connecting volunteers and those in need, making the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time. To see a One Vesed moment, to see an good act of sportsmanship, be sure to let everybody know about it. And hashtag One Vesed moment and Yeshiva Week Pass. Again, I'm Elliot Weisenberg, alongside me, Coach W. Mormon. 5 minutes left to go in the intermission. First half, 28-20. North Shore over Magen David. North Shore starting out hot with the 3-pointers, getting to a 21-9 lead. And then, as just like the season, there's a tale of two halves of the first half. Magen David attempting to make their way back, getting to within 5, and that 3 at the buzzer making it 8. What's been the biggest difference between the initial push of the game and where we stand now?
I mean, from what I've seen Magen David sort of make North Shore again make decisions. They sort of try to put in the press in. What I see is Magen David had a sense of urgency during that spurt more than North Shore did. North Shore stemmed the tide, which is nice. Okay, so ultimately teams are going to have multiple runs in a game. If you could withstand a run, which they did. What did they cut it to 3 or 5? And then they got it back up to 8 with a pretty impressive and difficult 3-pointer at the end. But Magen David has to continue to do what they're doing. Sense of urgency. Keep the press going. It'd be very interesting to see on the North Shore side of things what Coach Faust does here in order to counter with the press. You asked me, who do you want inbound? Who do you want outletting the ball? I prefer a big man who passes over. And then when they pass over the press, I want a guy now with ball handling and court sense ability to be able to make smart plays and or bring the ball out, start your half-court offense, and reset. Let's see what North Shore does. Again, North Shore's strength is size and 3-pointers. They tend to live and die with the 3-pointer. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Again, Magen David just has to keep that sense of urgency and the penalty.
Magen David, and it seemed that their best offense really was driving to the lane. And even if they weren't getting the initial shots, getting the fouls, it came plenty.
Yeah. Obviously, in a game like this, cliche talk by a coach, but games are going to be won and lost on the free throw line. So obviously putting bigs in foul trouble. Obviously want to attack those bigs and knocking down free throws is ultimately going to be comes out victorious.
As we have 2:35 to go on the clock, teams are out for the halftime shoot-around. In terms of North Shore, when they got into the half court, what was it they were doing towards the end of it that allowed them to, I guess, pushing the lead back out sort of is a misnomer because it was really that shot at the end. But what are they doing right that's allowing them to take advantage of Magen David's defense?
Well, I actually didn't see much half-court offense because by the time I got here, that was when Magen David started having that sense of urgency and that press and again, that sense of where Magen David did not, North Shore was not in a half-court set. They were sort of in a number set, an odd number set, a 4-on-3 thing, 2-on-1, 5-on-4, whatever the case may be. So I really haven't seen yet North Shore in a half-court offensive set. North Shore's strength is their size. It is clear from the naked eye, and it's clear in the coaching ranks that their strength is their size. When they get into the half-court offense, as I've spoken about, Magen David has typically played 3-2. They sort of went in the quarterfinals against TVC to a man, played it very effectively. I mean, they show man a number of times, but and then they went with us man full game in our semifinal against our first team. And they seem to be playing this again over here. So, if they're in a man, if Magen David's in a man, I would look to post up and run some off-ball screens or off-ball cuts out of the post. And if they're in a 3-2, obviously I would look to generate my outside shots, 3-pointers off the post touches.
Well, let's talk in the abstract sense for a little bit. This is the first time in 3 years that we've had ourselves a championship game. The 10th graders on these two teams. The last time that there was a championship, these people were in 7th grade. How does that affect, I guess, each kid has to compare to each other? And how does it affect a team like Bristol that has kids who have played in the championship before on the New York end, as opposed to a team that has not had it? Or we throw that out the window just how well it is.
Yeah, I think you can probably blow it out the window. Specific to Magen tends to be a pretty well-oiled machine from middle school through high school, so they sort of all play together through 6th, 7th, 8th, and high school. So these kids may have last played in a 7th grade semifinal championship game in their league, and subsequently are here. But I think ultimately that's out of the window at this point. They had a pretty long season between tournaments, between out-of-town tournaments. North Shore was with us in Boca. You know, they played 15, 16, 17 games already. I mean, you know, it's go time at this point. All that's out the window.
Harkening back to the North Shore Junior High Stars. But this Stars team, 6th grade champions, 7th grade runner-up to Halfter. Ironically, Jordan Zarka's Halfter squad, so there's at least one champion. And then North Shore again, almost appearing in their 8th grade championship.
Look, both very, very interesting, very different teams, interestingly enough. I mean, like I said, I saw both. Magen David was very, very quick. Generates a lot of havoc on the defensive end, and subsequently their defense leads to their offense. They move the ball exceptionally well. They seem to trust each other. North Shore, what I've seen again was pure size and pure three-point shooting. Again, good ball movement, good inside out. The key to any zone offense is generate your shots, your half-court shots off of, your three-point shots off of your post touches.
As we get ready to start the third quarter, we just want to remind you about our schedule. Following our game today, we will have the varsity basketball championship between SAR and Ramaz. We'll give you a better time on that as this game draws to a close, given, as Mr. said earlier, having to evacuate the entire gym before bringing in the set of games. Sure, puts up 3 rolls, right? And then, don't forget, this coming Thursday, Sarachek starting. Sarachek just around the corner. Annual Red Sarachek going to be held from March 24th to the 28th. MaxLive is your home for the tournament. Watch games, news, stats, and more at MaxLive.com. That's MaxLive.com. MaxLive, your home for the Red Sarachek tournament. Again, I'm Owen Reiselberg, Coach W. Foreman on the mic for this JV game. Either team putting home their first buckets of the half.
Nice pass. Beautiful.
And Franco.
And right back into the press. Good adjustment by North Shore so far.
Sardar picks it up. Almost gets it stolen back. Sardar looking to drive. Sends it across to Franco. Franco lays it up to the back of the net.
Probably would have liked a quick timeout there.
And 4 quick points. Sardar tries to jump in.
I got to tell you, this game's pretty good in itself, but I'm really looking forward to that varsity game also. As I see Coach Ramaz come up over here, dear friend of mine, Mr. Ferguson.
Foul called on Sardar, his second. Abizadeh, the big man, running with the ball. Blitz. Abizadeh. Abizadeh putting up for the perimeter. Oh, rolls out. Rebounded by Zarka.
I'll live with that if I'm Magen. I'll live with that. If he knocks that down, I'll live with that, and I'll make adjustments off of that if he continuously hits that.
Well, a big man shooting from almost 20 feet out, I think everybody would live with that one.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, he's shown he has range, but make him do it again.
Right, that's right. Magen showing the momentum here. Magen coming out with, again, the sense of urgency, has a little bit of momentum.
And a three-pointer from the corner, misses. Zarka with the rebound, Altman. Altman picks up the floor. Just past 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Carmeli. Out the blitz. Both teams really staying most of the way with their same players, maybe one or two, but the usual five in. A three-pointer from Zarka. Doesn't go. Magen pulls it down. Sardar, almost done by Altman. Sardar creates contact, does not get it to fall. Pulled down by Abizadeh. Using Zarka as a screen, comes around and pushes up the floor.
I think kids today try to generate contact more than they try to get the basket.
Abizadeh lays it in. Everybody thinks the N1 is the cool play to make.
No one sees an Instagram post about a regular layup.
And ironically, those are the ones that win games the most. Faber drives, goes down to Franco.
Interesting no call there. Looked like he shuffled his feet Haber on the way down.
Referees weren't looking at that. They were looking at the contact between the two. Pass goes all the way down. Carmeli puts it up, gets the foul. Nothing he can do there. Just hanging his head, but that's Sardar. That's really the best he can do. But that's his third foul.
That's a very, very. Let's see what Sali does over here with three fouls. Sardar is a really nice player, instrumental to the success of Magen. Let's see how he plays this.
Carmeli. Rips out. 4-point North Shore lead. 4:49 to go.
So again, even though they break the press, they foul him, they put him on the line, and again, they're up a point. Now, okay, so now they missed 2 free throws, right? So press success.
Yeah, well, the only thing it costs is a foul to Sardar. Okay. Yes. With his third, he only has a couple more, and that's the rest, and that's the end of the game for him. And as you said, very instrumental. Where would they go without him?
Well, Sali's gambling here, but he knows, he trusts his players, he knows his players trust him. So let's see how Sardar plays defense off of this.
I was going to ask you, where do you best keep him now on the press to protect him?
Yeah, back. Keep it back, and hopefully they don't break it. And if they do, you got to just almost play straight up or give up a layup. You know, you don't want the press coming that way. Once you're there already, it's great.
Altman, Abizadeh. 4 minutes. Abizadeh puts up the three. It looked like it was tipped. Altman gets the rebound. Out to Abizadeh. Zarka. Over to Altman. Down into Abizadeh. Zarka. Really playing a foul lining up.
I'm in a 2-3 now. I haven't seen this from them much this year.
Blitz with Sharon moving out on him. Over to deny entry into Abizadeh.
As you can see, North Shore is really all about threes. They've got to get the ball inside.
It looks like a foul. Franklin's going to get a foul. Blitz with the hustle play, just getting a step ahead of Franklin. Franklin not able to hold himself up.
As any coach will tell you, the one problem with playing a zone is figuring out who to box out. North Shore shoots a lot of threes, long rebounds, more offensive rebounds. Very difficult for boxing out in the zone.
You can't box out a man that's not there.
Yeah, it looks like they went back to a man.
Abizadeh showing up nifty handiwork, tries to pass through, lances off of Haber and out of play. The North Shore ball, 3:12 to go, 4-point North Shore lead.
Well, to answer your question, it looks like he put Sardar on 23. Let's see who's on it. No, now he's on Billy. Now he's on Blitz. On Blitz, I'm looking to attack that, right?
Absolutely. Get that fourth foul and make it move out of the way. Blitz. Got a three-pointer by Altman. Rolls out, and we got a foul on Zarka over the back.
I'm going to mispronounce the name, and I apologize. Shabbat. Really, he really hurt us a lot out of the high post. Really nice player, and if you look at his size, doesn't overwhelm you with size, but just look at the fundamentals on that box out. Just really well done. He plays offensively off the post very nicely.
Absolutely. He got right in front of Zarka and really worked himself towards Zarka, and the ball forced Zarka into a foul situation. Sardar drives, puts it up off the front iron, and a rebound. And there you go.
There it is again.
Talk about Shabbat right there with the rebound and the window put back. 2-point game. Blitz to Zarka, breaking the press.
Okay, so nice job by North Shore. Break the press and set up.
There you go.
Now let's try to get the ball inside here. Let's see what we got. Looks like they're back to the man.
with 2:13 to go. Third quarter of play. It's a and there's a step in by Scher. Pokes the ball away. It'll say North Shore ball. But Magen's getting out on those passes.
So that's what I always talk about this. Magen plays in the man, they play the passing lane. So you got to look to backdoor. You got to look for off-ball screens.
Zada, nifty behind the backhanding work. Carnelli. Up to Altman. Altman's going to reset. Altman.
The North Shore doing what a zone defense is built to do, moving the ball back and forth. Really no post touches. On cue, they get a post touch. Oh, not much of a post touch there.
Zada spins. Travel.
Your zone offense right now is lacking on the North Shore side. They need to make an adjustment. I think Magen has them on their heels. Very good timeout by Coach.
We'll get a timeout. Want to take this opportunity again to remind you about our sponsor, Camp Step It Up. You may be wondering, how many Camp Step It Up players are playing in this game? The answer? A lot. 3 North Shore players, Ellie Bocour, Ariel Blitz, and 2-year camper Jordan Zarka, and 5 Magen David players, Elliot Shalmi, Mark Sarter, Phil Scher, Joshua Shabbat, and Jack Franco. We're so proud of the progress Jewish basketball has made in the last decade. It's a team effort by all parents, players, coaches, schools, communities, principals, and fans. Go to Camp Step It Up too. For more information, email office@campstepitup.com or visit timetostepitup.com. Link in the description.
Yogev Verdugo, a dear friend of mine, one of the really instrumental people in Jewish basketball, bringing it to the forefront, showing people that with training, with practice, with real difficult, hard training, with real difficult, hard practices, you can become a better player. Yogev does a great job.
What do you think each coach is saying in the huddle right now? What do they need to say in order for the team to be successful in the last minute 36?
Well, Magen's saying, stick with what we're doing because it's working, right? What we're doing right now is working, i.e. the press, i.e. the zone defense or the man, whatever they're shifting to, they're confusing. North Shore has got to start generating post touches, has got to start generating some ball movement, has got to start generating some off-the-ball movement. They're just really stagnant, especially against the zone.
They've gone very cold from behind the arc, which is what they've been trying, as you said, to live and die on. Magen David taking their driving and down low and really using the glass to their advantage. Sutter.
Very important possession here from Magen coming out of the timeout.
Looking to tie up the game. Rolls off Haber. Pulls down the rebound. Puts it up backhanded. Does not get there. Maybe a little rush shot there.
Yeah, a little bit. I think if he squares up, I think he's got an easy putback or a foul.
Even push it back out. Reset. Yeah. With a minute, you have all the time in the world. I know you don't like the holding, but at least push it back up to look for another opportunity to enter in if they have 3 guys down with you.
I don't like what North Shore is doing here again. They're holding for 1, I think. Okay.
Altman across to Carmeli, 45 seconds, and out to Blitz.
North Shore's been on their heels all quarter. I think they need to. This is playing into exactly what Magen wants.
It seems like they got that 12-point lead and decided, okay, now we just have to play prevent.
Yeah, right, exactly. They're almost trying not to lose the game, if you will, Elliot, as opposed to, trying to win the game.
I have said that phrase so much over the last 2 weeks, especially as it relates to hockey, that I can't imagine why this would be any different. As Altman, with 13 seconds left, looking to set up his offense for the last shot, 2-point lead. Carmeli looking to push, puts it up, and it goes in. 2 seconds. Scher. It'll miss at the end of the third quarter of play. Score is North Shore 32, Magen David 28. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter of play, the 2022.
When I was in 9th grade, someone told me to give up on ball. He told me, basketball will only take you so far in life. You're not going to make it to the NBA, he said. What he was missing is that making it to the NBA isn't the only reason why we play. The game of basketball leaves you with so much more than just the game itself. The life lessons and friendships that are made while playing the game will outlive the game and can last a lifetime.
Magen David staging a comeback in the late quarter of the third quarter, making it a 4-point game. We haven't won the game. North Shore able to hit at the buzzer to put them back up by 4.
Big possession coming out here from North Shore. Big possession. Set the stage coming out of that hole for one with that second shot. Let's see if they can build up.
Sort of like an and-one possession in football at the end of the first half, where you hold for that last possession, and then you have the kickoff. The opportunity to push it back 2 to 6 or even 7 right now. Sarka drives. Fade away. Misses. Haber pulls it down and gets it down. Setting. Yeah.
If I'm North Shore here, I'm okay giving up at 2. I really don't want to give up 3 points.
Haber looking to put it up. Good play by Abizada. Pulled down by Zarka. Great defense by Abizada down low.
You can see the size of North Shore really affects Haber. I mean, 95% of teams can play with him.
A full Abizada, the difference in that 2-point game, although Haber wasn't playing in that 2-point North Shore victory, really showing how a full 100% healthy Abizada can be the difference in this game. Zarka over to Altman. If you're North Shore at this point, I know you don't want to play prevent fully, but taking 30, 45 seconds off the clock with every possession.
I just think that it's very difficult unless it's practice, every single practice. And it's just the mentality of teams, a different mentality from kids.
Inside to Zarka. Zarka with the and one. He'll go to the line.
Very nice effort.
So that's the other side of it. That's the side of it where you run the time down, get the look you really want, and then you get the opportunity for a 3-point play.
Yeah, I agree. That wasn't really a hold, but that was a very nice set over there with a nice highlight. And again, North Shore using its size, and again, North Shore can score that way.
Sauter trying to drive, left by 2 players on the line, and we'll have a timeout by Coach Dweck.
I actually like that timeout. If I'm Coach Dweck over here, I'd probably go to a man now at some point. I think a couple possessions have proven costly in their zone. And as you said, you know, they're looking to eat 1 to 2 minute chunks per possession here. So you probably got to now, you know, sort of understand the sense of urgency.
Can North Shore legitimately spend every possession doing that? At some point, if you're Magen David, do you not start flaring out and putting pressure on them?
When I'm coaching, it doesn't impact me. It's a 6-point game. That's a 2-possession game.
Right.
There's 5:58 left in the fourth. That's not going to impact me until 3 minutes left. Now, if they're taking 60 to 90 second chunks out and getting baskets off it, it's a different problem.
Well, then you're giving up both. Then you're giving up time and you're giving up score. Before we get back to the game, I want to thank sponsor NCSY. NCSY Summer is a premier summer trip provider for Jewish teams across the world with over 20+ programs spanning the U.S., Israel, and Europe. NCSY Summer has a program for you. Visit summer.ncsy.org to learn more and choose your summer experience today. Just to reset the game, 34-28 North Shore lead. At one point, a 21-9 North Shore lead. Magen David using the press to crawl their way back into the game. 2 points just before the end of the third quarter. I'm sure this is that.
Magen go into their 4 cross here where they play a nice high-low. Off ball reversal, you'll see their 2 post players shift to a high-low set. I really like Chicago.
Franco. Back to Sardar. Sardar has to take it away to Abizada. Every time Sardar gets the ball, there's 2 players on him.
Size and athleticism.
Abizada.
Here we see Magen with into the man. Good job by Sardar.
Abizada at Zarka. Zarka plays it out himself. Hands it off to Altman. 5 minutes to go.
Got to look for a backdoor for North Shore here. Got to look at, yeah, there.
Really?
They're going to play the passing lanes here, Magen. They're going to play the passing lanes.
Putting pressure on him now. Altman. Avizada trying to set a screen. Altman not getting there. Altman in trouble, gets it to Blitz. Blitz spinning around so Sark couldn't get the ball. Very nice play by Blitz. Sark will reset outside. Over to Carmilli. Carmilli looking to drive. Puts it up. Does not use the backboard. Zarka saves it. Tries to throw it back, and David letting we have ourselves a jump ball. As Avizada and Franco get the jump. Back and David ball. So that took about 30 seconds off the clock there.
Avizada helping the Magen player on the floor. Nice job.
There you go. There's your, it's not a varsity game, but there's your first one Tussed moment. We had a couple in hockey last week. If anybody wants to go back to the Yeshiva Sports Network broadcast with the first tag goes, feel free to do that as well. Let's hold it down low. Up and in. There's his size coming back there on.
Nice job. Back to the press.
Sarka. Let's get across. And that's a very dangerous play.
That is a tough no call on Sarga.
Sarga's lucky it was no call.
That would have been 4, right?
Yep. And it ends up being North Shore ball anyhow. With 4 minutes left, 4 minutes even to go in the JV championship game. North Shore by 4.
As you see the ref extending his hands or going in a count, you're going to get a 5 count once he extends his hands. There's the nice back.
There we go. There's going to be a foul. Foul will go against, I think it's Haber. No, that's going to give it to Franco. Franco's second.
You're North Shore, you're continuing to move without the basketball. You're continuing to beat up. You're continuing to back and forth. You're getting opportunities. Nice job by both.
Goes in. Franco's not been especially hot from the line tonight. Nailing that one though. 35-30. North Shore lead. 3:45 to go. This is it. Pulled down by Altman. And taken away. Magen David in trouble. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Forced into a timeout situation. 3:39 to go.
I actually like the Canadian rule here of only the coach. You can only call a timeout in a dead ball. Like, I can't stand that a player can call a timeout in that situation.
Sort of like a bailout timeout?
Yeah, like the player who's not even part of the play is calling a timeout. It should be the coach or a dead ball situation. But in the Canadian FIBA, you got what you ultimately have is a shot clock, which you have nothing here. So,
looking at the scoreboard, seems that the second half has sort of been inverted from the first in terms of the fouls. Magen David putting the foul, not foul trouble, but they're at 5 fouls now. North Shore really cleaning up their act, but I think that's also maybe because they've just been keeping the ball away from Magen David.
I think it's just a function of the game, the situation of the game, where we are in the game, the score of the game. Magen David needs a sense of urgency, has to play a little bit more aggressive. When North Shore can take a step back, it doesn't need to necessarily play.
Again, a 5-point North Shore lead. Magen David with the ball. Sheriff, across the timeline. And they have a foul away from the ball.
Right on to Elliott. No fouls, and there you go.
I jinxed that one. Still, 2 fouls isn't so bad, as that'll be the second on German Carmilli.
Magen's actually kind of in a good situation with fouls. Also, they have 5, so if they need to put on the line, they don't need to go fouling like crazy. Obviously, 7 points.
Sheriff, the 3, rolls off the iron and the backboard, picked up by Altman.
It's a good look. It's a good set. It's a good shot.
Magen David not really getting much run on the offensive rebound.
Really nice spacing here by North Shore. Really good floor spacing here.
Avizada with Franco on him.
Now the spacing is poor with him.
Sarka. Didn't want to be forced to do a 3 there with 3 minutes to go. Avizada. Franco almost getting in there to get the ball away. Down low to Carmeli, and the lay-in.
Like I said, if you just keep moving and cutting, ultimately you're going to get an open look. They have to play the passing lane to be aggressive.
Sardar driving the lane himself and rolls it in. Cuts it back down to a 5-point game. See the press back into this play. Zarka. Blitz, breaking the press. Blitz. Smart back out.
Smart move. Very nice.
Setting it to Carmeli. Abizadeh bringing it back out. 2:22 left to go. Abizadeh. Zarka. Zarka looking to drive. Put it up. Misses. Two Magen forwards there, and it'll be Haber pulling it down.
Nice rebound. Nice set by North Shore. Just can't get it to play.
Great defense by Magen on that play. Two players converging on the ball down low. Haber.
Magen, I don't need threes yet. I don't need threes.
Shiloh pushing it. Roll, great cut. 3-point game, 151. Stepping by Cher, and it'll be North Shore ball, 1:46 to go.
How we want it. This is how we want it, right?
Look, as coming back to what we had to endure, you want a game that's indicative of what you want the league to be.
Very dangerous.
Really? Low up. We'll have a jump ball. Right there. Magen David play. And Magen David, the chance to pull within one or tie. 1:42 left to go.
Again, if I'm Magen, I don't need a three here.
I want to remind you, stay tuned after the game for our post-game show. We will have all the post-game festivities this year, but our interviews with the champions. Be it Magen David or North Shore. Shiloh puts up a three, and the game is tied. As the bench erupts, 1:26 to go. Alphonse Shiloh with the deep three to tie the game up 37-37. Magen David going nuts. Timeout.
Listen, as fans, this is what we dream about as fans, as coaches, as players. Tie game, but 26 left, championship.
Last time we were here, we were privileged to have two 1-point finishes. Two of the most exciting games that I've ever had the privilege to call on the basketball end. And it seems like this one, it absolutely is living up to that expectation.
Yep.
You said before, Coach Bosk said that this game was probably going to be the 2-point win by North Shore was more indicative of what they could be as opposed to a 16-point loss. And the point on the scoreboard absolutely agrees with him.
Was the last North Shore championship Steinmetz?
The last North Shore championship, that was a varsity, yes. North Shore has only been here once.
I believe they lost before.
That is correct.
I was an assistant coach at that time. I will say their best player got hurt in the middle of the game.
Cody Cohen.
Yes, Cody Cohen.
Remember that game very well. I was sitting right over there by the scorer's table.
Yes.
That was before I donned the headsets.
That was as much as we like to win, that was very, very important. He was a tremendous
North Shore had a bit of a lead before he went down. Your first group was able to whittle away at it to come out of the championship. But yeah, the last North Shore victory actually was that 2014 year with Elliot Steinmetz, otherwise known as the other guy on the bench here. As the ball is tipped out.
Elliot Steinmetz, otherwise known as the GOAT, and who has single-handedly changed the perception of Jewish athletics in this country, both with his son and with the TV university.
Other guy on the bench being tongue-in-cheek. He is the guy, the Elliot. Yeah. Zarka, stolen away by Haber. 1:17 to go.
Great hustle. Great backside help by Haber. There we go.
And Cher will have the opportunity with 1:08 to go. Do they hold for one now? There's going to be a timeout?
Okay, so I'm going to go against what I'm saying here. North Shore is giving me one now. Okay, Mike's going to extend it now. That's the right play. If they're giving me one shot, I'm taking one shot. Tie game, right? Now they. So Coach Mike does the right thing and extends it. And he tells them to extend it again.
Yeah, we have a timeout. There's the timeout I was looking for. Set it up, let them know what you want to do with the last 45. See what they're giving you. And here we go, 44 seconds left.
I haven't followed North Shore enough if they can play man here. What you're going to ultimately have to do is extend the zone. Unless you can play man-to-man. I don't know if they have the personnel or they've done it during the course of the year. If they have, that's what I would do. If you don't, they're going to extend. So Magen has to understand they're going to extend. And what's going to be open when you extend the zone defense? Short corner and gaps off of that or high post. So that's going to be the weaknesses against the zone, short corner or high post. If they go man, then obviously you got to run the man sets and see what happens. 44.3.
Well, here we go. Magen David. As he said, 44.3 left. The last 3 JV championships, 2 of them have come away with a Magen David victory. Magen David looking to add another one, make it 3 out of the last 4.
I want to give a big shout out to my Frisch JV team who's watching at home. Wish we would have been here, guys. And thank you for a great season, all of you. I believe that we will win chant comes out. So North Shore stays.
And the ball goes pass. Pick up by Carmeli. Flames out. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to keep it. North Shore away with 36 to go. Oh, wow.
What tremendous defense. Almost disguised what they're in, Carmeli.
North Shore now with the opportunity. And we got a timeout, or we got a stoppage? No idea what just happened, but
what's possession here? Possession is on a jump. Possession is black.
Yep. It's North Shore. Zarka.
Bad spacing by North Shore.
4 guys on one side, same side as the ball. We have a timeout. Coach Boston noticing that as well.
It's a little bit of confusion. Looks like Abizado wants it. It looks like North Shore doesn't want to give it to him. A little bit of confusion. Nice time.
It feels like everybody is literally over on the ball side, really bunching everybody up. 28 to go. Again, tie game. Had 2 one-point games the last time we were in this building. Magen David by 1 over TABC. MYHSAL by 1 over Magen David in the varsity end. Speaking of which, stay tuned or come back. I believe we're going to be on a different link for the varsity championship following this game. Yes, we're going to be starting over again. There'll be 3 men in the booth for that one. Be myself, the Coach Foreman here, the former Yeshiva League player, and Zach Puckman joining us in a 3-man league with all the glitz and the glamour that Max Live has to offer. If you've watched them during the Max basketball season. 5.8 to go. Didn't let him get started on the drive. The moment they saw him look to push. Got it before he went up. 5.8.
Okay, so now we can't foul, right?
Now you can't.
That's the other side of it.
So if you're North Shore, do you look to try to get the ball into a scrum, or do you look to try to just set up something with 5 and a half?
They're obviously looking for Abizada, but you got to go. Yeah?
And there you go. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Abizada too far out. Abizada going to have to put up a prayer. 3 goes up and it twice up, and we're going to overtime. Wow. Can we expect anything more from this game? Oh my God, we are going to overtime. It's 37-37. Looking at our watch, it's almost 8 o'clock.
And people ask why there was such a gap in between games. So now you understand. There is a method to the commissioner's madness. He knows what he's doing, and he does a heck of a job. You obviously want to plan to give the teams in between games warm-up times, and obviously in these overtime situations it happens.
I mean, we have to point out literally the two big runs of this game. North Shore opening up a 21-9 lead. Magen David coming back, cutting it back to within 2 to just before the 4th quarter. And North Shore able to use the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter to extend it out. Magen David using that press to tie the game up 37-37, putting another 4 minutes on the clock, going to overtime, basically starting out 0-0.
But, you know, you say 21-9. It was 21-9 in the first quarter, right?
A little bit in the second.
Right, so you're talking about 16.6. What is North Shore not doing that they were doing? It's taking the pedal off the metal when the hole for ones. It's almost you got to keep the aggressiveness because these are kids. These are 15 and 16-year-old kids who have to, you know, and when you sort of take it back, in the back of their heads, they sort of dial it back a little, which is the other side. There's no wrong play here as a coach. It's right. He's in a position to win even overtime. You're talking about 16 points since you had a pretty aggressive lead.
What are the odds? I'm asking you, what are the odds we see the Frisch hold for one right off the tip?
0.
It would be horrible to have a completely lackluster overtime after everything they've given us all game.
By the way, Joe Schwartz, the great Joe Schwartz, if you will, on the YU team, right? He was the coach at that time.
And it was used to perfection.
Right.
That both the Yeshiva League and Sarachek, if I'm not mistaken. As North Shore wins the tip, Altman with the ball. Over to Blitz. Blitz, Kazarka.
Good ball movement, a good off-the-ball movement. Nice job here.
Kazarka
nice
using his body to work it to the middle. 2-point North Shore lead.
Good set, good spacing, good movement.
Sheriff setting up the play. Want to remind you, Sardo in foul trouble with 3. 3 over to, I believe that was Alphonse Chihuahua, it was, with the miss. Altman, 3:20 to go. Looking across the timeline. Altman, hounded. Man-to-man play by Magen David. Abizadeh trying to use his body to get to the middle. Abizadeh backing it in.
Too much size there.
And he puts it in. Great move.
Unfortunately, Magen is forced to go man here because of the situation, but just way too much size and really good spacing on that side.
Yeah, you don't really have the size that you want on him because of where he's starting out, as Haber rolls it in on the other end. You're not going to bring Haber out top to face Abizadeh. No. But Franco isn't tall enough to necessarily deal with him or have the body.
Abizadeh actually likes to start out.
And a 3! Carmilli drains the 3, 5-point North Shore lead. 2:26 to go. North Shore up 5.
Elliott, the first time they ran the press break to perfection, and look what you got.
And they got the long play out of it, too. Shiloach driving. Off the board and in! Alphonse Shiloach answering back, looking to make it a 3-play of his own.
I've been very impressed by Shiloach today. Really nice job. Really pretty aggressive. Nice job on the defensive end and really keeping his team in it right now.
He's come in off the bench and provided a spark, first with a press. They first started pressing when they brought him in. And on the offensive glass, you're right, he's been contributing.
He's been a huge start for them. Big free throw here.
To bring it back within 2. Misses long. Almost got a 2-possession out of it. Abizadeh pulls it down, gets it over to Blitz.
Again, Magen has to play aggressive defense here. So just proper spacing by North Shore and good movement.
Abizadeh getting the pass from Carmilli. Abizadeh at the top. 1:55 to go, 3-point North Shore lead. Abizadeh looking to drive. Puts it off the glass and gets the foul. We'll go to the line for 2. Foul, they've called that on Franco. Franco's 4th, so Franco in foul trouble as well. One more, and that is it for Franco. And then, who do you put on Abizadeh?
Tough assignment for Franco right now. Really not much else to do as long as the spacing is there.
And you see North Shore giving a little bit of Magen David's own medicine to it from several years back. Several years back, we saw Magen David taking everybody off the line.
Yep.
Confidence in their free throw shooters. Abizadeh knocking down the first, making it a 4-point game. As you see Zarka now getting into the low.
Be interesting to see if Solly calls a timeout on a made free throw here. You really, again, it's a 2-possession game. You don't need threes here.
Misses it. Franco pulls it down. Again, Franco and Sardar in a little bit of foul trouble. Zarka the other way with 3 fouls.
They want Sardar at the point. They want Sardar at the point and Cher at the. He's not listening to his coaches here, or hearing his coaches, I should say.
Haber looking to drive, spins, tries to put up.
Foul.
He'll get the foul though. And Abizadeh picking up another foul.
Elliot, it's very rare in the certainly on the JV level to see a man with the size and athleticism that Haber has and put the ball on the floor, hit the mid-range jumper, but just, very difficult to defend.
So that's actually Abizadeh's first. Our apologies as Haber misses. 4-point game, 1:29 to go. Overtime, the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Basketball Championships. Haber misses a second. Abizadeh has been a beast the entire game down low, pulling down another rebound.
That's a very, very tough miss, not only for the point, but to set up the press.
Abizadeh's been Mr. Everything for this team so far. Abizadeh dribbling it.
Probably about a minute left. You have to start fouling here. Dribble handoffs, running a weave and dribble handoffs.
Abizadeh with Sardar on him. Blitz, hands it off to Carmeli. Carmeli pulls up, gets over to Abizadeh. 58 seconds left. We are under a minute. Carmeli running across. Coming back, has Cher on him, gets it to Blitz. Blitz pulling up, pulling it back out, looking to get fouled, and there we go. Magen starting with the fouling. And Blitz will go over the line for a 1-and-1.
Okay, that's fine. What they did at the minute level, which is what I thought you should do there, is they started somewhat what I call a scramble mode, right, where they're sort of doubling and sort of in a helter-skelter, and either you get a quick trap, quick steal, or you foul.
So Blitz, the chance to extend it to a 6-point game. Front end to the 1-and-1. Puts it up, and it goes in. 5-point lead. 45.9 to go. North Shore hasn't had this wide of a lead since the opening moments of the fourth quarter.
Free throws.
Blitz misses. Haber pulls it down. 5-point game, 44 seconds. Cher into the front court. Sardar. Cher and Sardar playing with it. Sardar.
Get a quick 2 here, get your press, try to get a quick steal.
Got the 30-second Sardar on the court, and we have a timeout by the coach.
See, Elliot, what I would do there is a quick 2. This way I can get into my press, try to get a quick trap. If not, I foul. Threes are nice. Threes are more difficult.
Look, if you go for a 3 and you miss it, you give them possession. You got to foul them, and then it's 5 points. They have the opportunity to put you through a 3-possession game.
That's why listen, Haber's a great player. It's a tough situation. Those free throws were big. Even if you miss the first, the second free throw is more big because you have to set up the press. You have to set up the press there.
Again, stay tuned for our post-game show, which will be right after the conclusion of this game, whether it be after this overtime, whether we go to another overtime, and then later this evening, the Ramaz Rams and the SAR Sting will go head-to-head for the 2022 MYHSAL Varsity Basketball Championship right here on Max Live and the Yeshiva Sports Network.
Sometime this evening, at some point in this evening, this other game.
If this keeps going like this, it may not even be this evening. It may be tomorrow morning.
Have we ever had a double overtime championship game?
A double overtime? You're asking beyond my pay grade.
If anyone would know, it would be you.
Yeah, you're beyond. The annals of history I've stretched too far back. If you wanted that answer in hockey, I could give that to you. That I have on my fingertips. Basketball, not as much. I can't either. Ball being inbounded. Low post. Cher.
Nice
Haber.
set.
Haber off the glass and in. 3-point game. 46-43.
Quick trap or foul here.
Franco getting his hand in there, getting the ball out of play.
And remember, you got 22 and a half seconds, right? You need 10 seconds to get it over. So you try steal. If you don't get a steal, you still have time to foul. You really need about 12 seconds on the other side for some offensive stuff. 12 to 8 seconds.
Abizadeh gets it to Blitz. Blitz to Zarka. Sardar on him. Carmeli with the ball. Just get fouled, and he does. Shiloah with the foul, his second. 14.9 to go.
Elliot, when a guy is that wide open,
take it in.
Because maybe he hits 2 free throws here. It's very nerve-wracking. The guy is wide open. I appreciate and understand bringing it back out, wasting more time.
And it's only a 1-and-1.
Right.
So if you miss the front end of this, you don't even get the 2 points. And it happens right there. Abizadeh pulling it down. 12 seconds. Fantastic play by Abizadeh. And he gets the foul. Who's going to be on? Who's it on? They're putting it on Shiloach again. Oh, Shiloach with the low foul count, really taking the necessary fouls here, leaving players like Sardar and Haber to still be able to play.
Any Instagram posts of boxing out?
No, but if there was, that would be classic of it. Abizadeh misses.
2 shots.
It's 2 shots.
The truth is, that wasn't a bad box out. It's just size. He cherry-picked him. Cherry-picked him completely, actually.
It was just taller. He didn't even touch him.
Yeah.
It was just his size. The ball was right there. It was a 50-50 ball. He got his hands up, and he was able to pull it down. Really, the difference maker in this game has been Ben Abizadeh. 46-43, 9.4 to go.
Rebound and timeout here.
This is it, and we'll get that timeout.
I like it.
8.1 to go. What's Coach Sully drawing up here?
Well, before I tell you what Coach Sully's drawing up, let's go back to what we constantly talk about: free throws. Free throws, boxing out, fundamentals.
It's one of those two. It's a 4-point game.
Yeah, but you could say it on the other end. If
Same.
so and so hit that free throw. Easier said than done. We're sitting here on the booth. Obviously, it's 8.1 seconds. You got the full length of the court to go. There's no option for a quick 2 and a foul, because by the time you get down, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 seconds. You put the guy on the free throw line, and they hit 2. It's a very difficult. Then you got a full court. So at this point, you're drawing up a 3-point. Your best 3-point play shot.
Now let's explain the clock to people. Ball goes through the hoop. What happens? Clock stop, clock keep going. Let's let people know exactly how that works here.
Clock keeps going here.
So if that shot goes through with under 5 seconds to go, you can pretty much just hold it there for the remainder.
Clock goes.
So you're correct. There really is no time, because even if you take a long range 3, by the time the player gets the ball, it's under 5 seconds.
Excellent point, Elliot, about the clock continuing. The truth is, I don't know if Sully has timeouts left, so he might have got a quick 2 and a timeout. There's not enough time in the length of the court here. You have to go. This is not NBA where you advance the ball on the timeout. This is high school and college rules here.
Sorry, I misspoke a little on that. To get a long range 3, you don't really have to worry about it. It's the 2 and then the
yes, correct.
Apologies. Haber driving. Haber back to Sardar, and we'll get another timeout in the front court with 4.9 to go. There's your answer on whether or not he has another timeout.
I actually like that. This way he draws up a half-court play. It's a lot easier to draw something up in the half-court. At this point, Elliot, you're going into your back pocket and you're digging out that last second 3-point play set that you have, and we all have it as coaches. We all have those plays, and I trust him to do it. We'll see if he gets a shot.
If you're North Shore, what kind of defense do you play here?
Okay, so the obvious question is if you're North Shore, do you foul? Okay? My train of thought here is I do not foul. Okay? I do not foul because of multiple reasons. One, you foul a guy on a shot and he hits it. 2, you're not going for a ball and you get charged for an intentional. Play straight up man-to-man, switch all screens, and just defend and contest the shots. I'm not into fouling on the floor here. Maybe if you get a quick foul off when a guy touches it, maybe. That's not how I would play this. I actually really like what Coach Baus did here. He put Abizadeh on the inbounds here.
Yeah.
So just this guy should be jumping.
Franco's going to have to go over the top of Abizadeh.
Very smart play. Yeah, jumping jacks here. Oh, he got
Sardar
a good look.
Gets it in. Over to Scher. Scher over to Haber for 3.
He got a good look.
Misses it, and North Shore walks away with the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Championship.
He got a good look.
He got a really good open look. Could not put it down. Look, you couldn't have asked for anything more in a game like that. To be back to where they needed to be, to have the opportunity to go to overtime, and to push North Shore out to that, to where Magen David had that last second open look. But North Shore walking away with the 46-43.
I could not be
victory.
happier for Coach Baus. This guy, you know, as a coach, I understand and appreciate the amount of work and effort that he put in. He's been doing this a long time. I don't know if this is his first as a head coach.
Well, this is North Shore's first as a.
No, but he was in Hafter.
He was at Hafter, so there probably been several.
I don't know, but I know he's put in a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I could not be happier and prouder for him. A great game. Wow.
We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we will have the post-game show, celebrations and interviews with the winning team, the North Shore Stars. Again, congratulations to the North Shore Stars, 2022 MYHSAL JV champions.
Step It Up is not your typical basketball camp. We produce unbelievable results. You will get better here. You will get better as a person. You will get better as a player. That's the Step It Up way.
As you see, the North Shore Stars celebrating at midcourt a 46-43 victory over Magen David in the 2022 MYHSAL Junior Varsity Basketball Championship. Have yet to name the MVP. Jovi? There are several people, but for me, one name stands out above all, and it's the tallest player on the court.
Abizada, right?
We called his name all night, and they called his name when it counted.
Yeah. Listen, that was a really fun, entertaining game. Just fell short on that last shot. You know, North Shore at the end did a really nice job in terms of spacing the floor, and their man when Magen went to a man set, I liked what they did. They started moving more without the ball. They started doing some backdoor cuts. They started doing some really nice things off the man set where they weren't stagnant. And then that, obviously, Abizada then from there, court spaced, he can do what he wants. Or I believe also Zarka had a couple of really nice post-up plays. And as North Shore is going to chant Abizada, so they've anointed him the MVP.
Yeah, well, they just handed it out to him. Ben Abizada given the MVP by Seth Porter. Right now, everybody being ushered out of the building to make room for the varsity championship coming in very shortly between Ramaz and SAR. Again, stick around for post-game interviews, which we'll have hopefully very shortly. And then we will take a little bit of a break and bring ourselves over to the varsity broadcast, which we'll get a little more of an update as to when that starts. We're going to look to start somewhat close to game time. As soon as we know what time that is, we will put it out. But we'll ask you to please tune in for what hopefully will be a game as riveting as this one was.
Yeah, so, if you looked at the standings in the beginning of the season, you saw Magen David 8-1. You saw Flatbush on top where Magen was 8-0. Flatbush was 7-1. You saw, by the time we went to the Boca tournament, all of us, actually Magen didn't go. North Shore was like 6-4, 6-2, 6-3, 5-4, and you know, they clearly put it, I think they put it together in that Boca tournament. They started playing as a team. They went to the finals in that Boca tournament. They ultimately lost to the Cats at Yeshiva High School. But you started to see, I mean, Flatbush was there. We played against Flatbush. We lost to them by 3 points. Very, very good team. You know, North Shore started really to put it together, started to believe in their coach, believe in themselves, believe in their height and their advantage. And, you know, the rest is history. They came back from the tournament, played Flatbush, beat them, played Magen, beat them, went into the playoffs, and obviously rolled through the playoffs. I don't want to say rolled in terms of easy, but you know, North Shore was this was a championship team. They played like a championship team. They earned this championship. You know, one last and congratulations to them. One last thing, you know, Coach Sally Dweck and the Magen David Warriors. I say it every year because I'm not on the bench and I'm sitting here announcing. They are a machine, frankly. They're middle school to their high school. With I know Ike Dweck is not coaching anymore on the varsity level, but Sally on the JV level, and their middle school program. They run a factory there, and they do it well, and they do it the right way. And he is an exceptional coach. So condolences to him on the loss, but congratulations to him and to the Magen David team on a superb season.
We're going to see if we can get Ben Abizadeh and Coach Bosk for an interview. We'll be back in just a few moments at MaxLive.com.
When I was in 9th grade, someone told me to give up on ball. He told me, basketball will only take you so far in life. You're not going to make it to the NBA, he said. What he was missing is that making it to the NBA isn't the only reason why we play. The game of basketball leaves you with so much more than just the game itself. The life lessons and friendships that are made while playing the game will outlive the game and can last a lifetime.
Welcome back to the MaxLive Athletic Center on the campus of Yeshiva University. We have with us 3 other players from victorious North Shore Stars. We have Jordan Zarka, Jonah Carmeli, and Ben Abizadeh. Congratulations, boys, on the first North Shore Championship.
Congratulations, guys.
I don't know if you can hear me from all the way over there, but this place was nuts. What was it like on the floor as that game wound down?
We couldn't really hear that much, but we had to communicate. So we spread the ball around, set picks for each other, moved around, got open shots, do what we usually do. As a team, we won it all. And yeah, that's great. Thank God we got the win tonight.
So, Ben, what was the biggest difference in this game, maybe from the first game that you guys played against Magen David earlier this year?
The first time we played them, we won like as a team. Our whole team wasn't healthy. We had some players out. But as time went on, we learned how to play with each other. Instead of isolating the ball and doing whatever we wanted, we worked as a team. And that's why we came all the way here. We started off 3-3, won next 4 straight, made it to the playoffs. We went to a took them out. Then we went to Flatbush. We won that game. And then tonight we brought it here. We worked hard.
First of all, congratulations to all you guys. I had the honor and privilege of seeing you guys in the Boca tournament. How did you guys come to realize and sort of say we are a big team and use that size to your strength a little bit? How did Coach Mike talk to you about that after the tournament, going into the playoffs, and sort of saying you guys the biggest team, the strongest team, and using that size to your advantage?
We just started to put the ball inside, get it to the high post, and then from there we're bigger than everybody down the court. Stuff the ball to the rim.
Well, you guys, you really did a good job. You should savor this and enjoy this. When you guys got off to the large lead, and then Magen made the comeback off the press, what were some of the adjustments that Coach Mike spoke to you about in the locker room, sort of talking about the press and how to counter it?
We just have to stay calm. All the fans here. Just have to stay calm.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations to our 3 North Shore Star players. Ben Avazada, championship MVP. Jordan Zarka, Jonah Camille. Congratulations, guys. Go enjoy your victory in the locker room.
Enjoy. Congratulations.
As we wrap up the post-game show, we want to say thank you to everybody involved on the Max Live end, on the Yeshiva Sports Network end, and also to our sponsors, Camp Step It Up, NCSY Summer, and also want to say thank you again from myself to Max Live, executive producer Akiva Poppers, associate producer Ari Shop, director Ezra Jacobs, associate director Andrew Jacobson, graphics creator Moshe Nasser, and cameraman Shmuel Gopin, Ben Zuckerman, Yisrael Tannenbaum, and Donnie Berlinger. We will be back shortly. We'll ask you to flip over at some point to the varsity link, and we will hopefully have a little more of an update as to when that game will start. As you see or as you can see because you focus on us, SAR and Ramaz out on the court looking to start their warm-ups, and I'm sure they'll start letting the varsity crowd in. There'll be a 3-man booth that will be joined by Zach Tuckman on that call. Stick around. We will be back with you shortly. Again, the 2022 MYHSAL JV Basketball Champions, North Shore Stars. Congratulations, victorious over the Magen David Warriors.